And we're live. So, hello everybody. Friday night again. Uh, I'm Captain. This is Buddy. Buddy, just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Buddy Copeland, Buddy East Coast on the YouTube channel, coming to you from Virginia Beach, Virginia. That's me.
Okay, cool. Thanks for doing this tonight. I know what a wee bit of a miscommunication over the stream, which thankfully we got sorted because I've been looking forward to this one. So,
I've been looking
um,
forward to it.
yeah, and a lot of the guys just in the chat they won't know you because they've heard me talking about you because it's been on yours. So I'm just going to say hello to a few people. So hello Joy.
Yeah.
Um, there's Sabrina. Sabrina, for everybody doesn't know, is from Buddy's channel. So there's JV. JV is a fantastic guitarist. You and him need to maybe see if we could do something together. How's Daniel from Embrace the Suck and RS the Nation? Hello, Daniel. Captain, that's Harry dude with the whiskey. Let's see. Oh, Dave. Hello, Dave. Hello, Ali.
Hey,
Ali's from over my neck of the woods as well. Ali's from Ireland.
Allison, how you doing, Allison? How you doing, Miss Bennett?
Just want to make sure I haven't missed any, but I was Mr. Paul Wright Lawns from New York State. Miss Piggy. Hello, Miss Piggy. Now you need to watch Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy's a cougar. She's always on the prowl.
So am I.
Oh, and Nikita. I think Nikita's one that's followed over from your neck of the woods. Hi,
Yeah,
Nikita.
there she is. Hey, Nikita. Lovely lady right there, folks.
Let me see. Blake TV. Blake's a legend in his own mind. Musician now as well. Jimmy C, who's the one that introduced us. Hello, Jimmy.
Jimmy C, how you doing, Jimmy? Yeah, I know Jimmy.
Oh, he was the one that pointed us towards yours one night when I was on his. So fair play to him. So right. So thank you for doing this. So I mean, the guys all know the routine. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Some of them are stupid. Some of them are serious. Answer what you want. Lie the whole way through if you want. Drink, swear. Anything you want to do. And we'll start with the one we always start with because we all met through YouTube then. So what's your favorite YouTube channel?
My favorite YouTube channel right now, it's Steel Toe Morning Show. I like Steel Toe Morning Show. It's awesome channel.
Okay.
Don't go over there and sub up. Tell them Buddy sent you.
What's the channel?
It's called Steel Toe Morning Show.
Right, but what does he do?
It's funny as hell, guys. It is funny as hell. I mean, they just talk about anything, anything happening in the news and stuff like that, and then they're funny. It's him and his wife.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I'm starting to meet it through. Obviously, I met, come on to yours and Traveling Fools. I met and a few of the guys.
Traveling's a good guy. Traveling's a good guy.
Yeah, which is why this is always handy. So, right, well, we'll get that one in there. That's the one we always start with. So this will be more of your alley then. So, question 2: what first got you into music?
What first got me into music? As a kid, I used to hear my mother playing all these old songs, Hank Williams Sr. and all the Cold Heart stuff, and they weren't musicians. None of them. I'm the only one in the family turned out to be this crazy. But I seen that it made them happy. And I said, well, if it makes them happy, maybe I ought to ask for a guitar at Christmas time. I was 9 years old.
Right.
And I started to play it. But at that age, you lose interest there, Captain. I lost all interest in it. And then didn't pick it up again till I was 16. Did a little something. It was better feel to me then. And then let it go. And then I picked it back up at 18. And I'm 62 now. And that's how long I've been doing this.
Okay. So did you go into bands and stuff, or you just really play on your own?
What was that question?
Yeah, did you play in bands, or were you always just playing on your own?
Oh, I played a lot. I played overseas in Europe. I played in Italy, and I did some things in Spain, rode to Spain, and part of a DOD type thing, but I was the only one that had hair in the place.
Right, okay. Oh, cool. So it's taking you around the world then, so, okay. Um, where was your favorite place to visit then when you return? Where was the best place to play?
Overseas or locally?
Either.
Oh, I'm kind of partial to home in the order here. Home, Virginia Beach, Jacksonville, Florida, and I'd say Penatamari, Italy was pretty.
Right. Okay.
They stay. They're at the fore most of my mind as far as venues and reception I got.
Okay.
It was
And
always good stuff.
I've
Tried
never
it.
been to Italy. I've never
But,
been, but I'd imagine the Italian women were a sight to behold.
oh man, there were some gelato eating babes over there. I'm trying to tell you, man, they love their gelato and they
Yeah.
like to party, man. They were mostly they didn't understand what I was singing, but they understood the rhythm and the beat. You know,
Yeah.
they loved to clap and tap their feet to the music and stuff, and it was just like a raising hell. It was Italy was good. It was good to me too. Thank you, Italy, if you're watching.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm obviously closer, but I used to just go to Spain and Holland and stuff. I never really did Italy for some reason. So, which was a shame, but you never know. So, well, that might lead on to the next question then. So, what's been the best experience of your life?
The best experience.
Yeah.
The band we had in Italy that I threw together, a fly by night thing, was we didn't know we were going to actually do it, but there's a guy over here, pretty big. He was topping the charts back with this single, "Proud to Be an American." Lee Greenwood,
I know that. I know that. I know him.
and we didn't know he was doing anything. We just put together some things, came up on this trailer stage, and started rocking it. And it was 4th of July, and he came up. So basically, we opened up for Lee Greenwood. We didn't even know it. So
Brilliant.
I was like, holy, yeah, wow, okay,
Yeah.
scared to
That
death.
must blow your mind when you get somebody on that sort of level.
Yeah, well, that sort of level scared the hell out of you when you're just starting out. I'm looking over there off the side of the trailer, and here he comes walking up.
Right.
I said, nobody told us this is what it was all about, But I'm glad they
Yeah.
did me because I probably wouldn't have showed up for it. No, the guy that came to the show.
What was he like? Did you get meet him?
Oh yeah. He was he was really professional. He was engaging. I mean, musically, he knew what he was talking about. He's schooled in voice and composition. I mean, he knows his stuff,
Okay.
and he was just all and had a sense of humor. I mean,
Right.
he does cuss, folks. Don't let he parties too. He'll drink a drink with you. We were over there tipping up the liquor like that Italian liquor over there. What the hell was it? Zambuca.
Oh God. No.
We were drinking Zambuca over there, and I'm trying to tell you, I didn't know whether to walk on stage backwards or run forward. I didn't know what to do.
There's a yeah. We do a shot here called the deep throat, which is Sambuca and Bailey's.
Oh yeah. They
And
call that a blowjob over here.
I well yeah, deep throat, same thing.
Same thing,
So yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Thankfully, I've wised up. I'm too. Fuck. I'm too sensible now to be doing shots too often. So, what about
But
outside of music though? Well, what will be your best experience outside of music?
best experience is playing music.
No, outside of music in
Outside of
general.
music? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, when I took the tour over to Italy, I got to see everything, man. I
Right.
got to see the rough side of shit with the Camorra, which is the Italian mafia. I
Okay.
had an experience with the mafia people. Trust me, guys. I didn't know it and didn't give a shit because I was too young to understand it.
Uh,
And yeah, I seen a lot of different things over there. It was culture shock, but it ain't nothing like home. No matter where you're from, you want to get back here. It doesn't matter. The food. I mean, you're in a ancient country, I'd so to speak,
yeah.
and it's got all this beautiful. The dog Xanax hasn't kicked in yet, folks. It will be coming right up. They'll be sleeping here in a minute.
Don't worry about that.
But um, it was, they got the history, ancient history over there.
Yeah.
The Roman deals and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Pompeii, been to all these places,
Right.
and outside of music and everything like that, that was a good experience for me. But to be honest with you, I did 4 years over there, man.
Right. Okay.
4 years being
Yeah.
away
That.
from here.
Yeah.
And then you want
But then
to
again, I
quit.
I think you probably appreciate home more once you've travelled.
Oh shit, man! But that flight over there was a motherfucker.
Yep.
I mean, all that time they could have landed on an igloo, and I'd have probably fucking had drinks with a penguin or an
Yeah.
iceberg, and just to get off the plane for a minute. My
Yeah.
body ain't used to that shit.
I did. Did Vegas, and coming back from Vegas was 14 and a half hours in the air and a 4 hour layover. So that's it's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm with you on that. When they start mentioning stuff like, this is your stewardess speaking, we would advise you to stand up and take a walk down the aisle so you don't get blood clots in your legs. And I'm going like, this is a serious flight. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. I like say, but certainly, I mean, I've travelled, but never been away for more than 2 weeks at a time or a fortnight,
Right.
and so I've never been away for years. But I think I always say this. I think Americans need to travel more because I think they'd appreciate their own country if they travel.
Yeah. Exactly. I did. I literally almost wanted to kiss the ground when I landed over here.
Yeah.
I mean, back from all that. See, it's nice to go in and get out, You go in and see everything you want to see that you're there for. But, I mean, I was put in a position where I signed up for it and I had to do the 3-year tour. And that was it.
Yeah, I do. I just look. I love America. I've a lot of good American friends, and I haven't traveled enough. I've got family over in Georgia somewhere. Don't know where they are, or but at some point I am gonna start traveling again and go back over. But I loved America. But I do. I think Americans need to get outside of America to see the rest of the world, and then to appreciate what they have more. I think there's too many ungrateful people don't realize how well they have it over there.
Oh.
You know. When you see everywhere else. So, hello, Kathy. So let's see. Right, question 4 then. Now, this is a bit of a stupid one, but if you could kill one person without any consequences, who would it be?
Without any consequences? Without any consequences?
Yep.
Huh. That list is fairly long there, Captain. I'm sure, but seriously, let's see here. If I can murder somebody, who would I fucking take out with no consequence? And y'all gonna think this is rough, but I think I'd take out my brother. He pulled a joke on me, and I ain't never forgot it. So I think it would be him first on the list.
Okay. Right.
He'd probably watch it. I get a phone call in a minute. You motherfucker.
It wouldn't be this guy, would it?
Oh, shit show.
Yeah.
Hey, shit show, how you doing? There from the old channel there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you can put Sabrina Twist on the list too.
I don't know. I think you'd miss her.
I think, yeah, I'd miss all my crew over here. Yeah, I couldn't take none of them out, really. But
Seth. So I should say this: if anybody's any questions for Buddy, if they want to put them in the chat, I'll mark them, and we'll ask them at the end. So it's what we normally do. So, and Miss Piggy's normally good at that. So, okay. Question 5 then. What is the most overrated band of all time?
Overrated band of all time.
Yeah.
I'm going to take some heat from this, but I think they were Let me give you some intro of the answer here. This particular band that I'm going to meet, I think at this particular time they were starving for something different. Okay, they were starving for it, and I think that once they came out and everybody heard what they did, even the people that we look up to today, like the Eric Claptons, the Beatles, are in there too. and all the big name people that said that this band. But I really have to believe that they would all get to, or one person, or if all of them really sat down and said, "Hey, look, man, that that was overrated." I'd say the band would be Jimi Hendrix and the Experience. I really do. I think they were starving for it back then. Something new, loud. It was in your face. Marshall amps blasting on 10, and he gave it to you like that. But I mean, I think that would, and it's still going. It's like a phenomenon. I think he'd have burned out real quick if he stayed alive. He just got popular. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It doesn't reflect Captain Bapton's opinion. What I say is strictly my business.
No, I sort of agree. I'm not a fan, but I know there's at least one person in the chat jumping up and down and going mad because he's a big Jimmy fan. I think I
But
understand why people love him, but it's just not my cup of tea. And
and that's what I'm saying too. But I'm just looking at it perspective wise. That back then, if you look back at the time of this era of what was
yeah,
going on, you didn't have really that much. I mean, you
yeah,
did have a few handful of rock and roll bands, and they were coming out of I see that. Hey,
yeah.
JB's hangout.
Maybe he's a
I'm
big
barred.
Hendrix
I'm barred from his hangout, Bapton. I'm barred. But it's nothing. No, not snippet Jimmy though, or anybody. But I'm just saying that I could get a few things out of him. I don't know his background. I've been trying to find it. Tell me what his skills were. Was he theory oriented guy? Was he just, or did he just
Oh,
pick it up and make noise until he found the boxes? Until he
yeah,
found a place to sit. That's what
yeah.
I'm wondering.
I think we'll have to get you and JV together to do a quick debate about this one.
Oh yeah,
Um,
well, yeah. I would love to get up here with JV though. The Jimi Hendrix Experience support. I can't say I don't like them. I just think they were overrated at that time. I
yeah,
think, there's a lot of things.
yeah.
Um,
The one of the guys that on the other week, Eric, he's in. I can't remember. He's in a sort of heavy metal band, and
right.
his overrated one's Nirvana, and I couldn't argue with him either. I'm not a big Nirvana fan either. So um,
That was a little bit before after my time. So I was already past that. When they said grunge music, I was going like, what the
yeah,
hell is this shit?
yeah. But see, I mean, the time thing, because I mean, I was born in '74, but so I'm 50 now, but nearly all the music I listen to is from the '60s and '70s and '80s anyway. So yeah, a few after that, but it just tends to be. But so Jimi Hendrix, right? Yeah, I like that answer. If only to annoy JV a wee bit. So
And please
uh,
don't send all cards and letters to Kathy, Katie 0406 or Sabrina Twist or Mouse. And that gets me out of this.
yep, absolutely. So okay,
Sorry,
question
lady.
question 6. What is your biggest insecurity?
My biggest insecurity?
Yeah.
I think it's using public bathrooms when they got a trough or a urinal and everybody stands up there. And I mean, I'm insecure because everybody just throws their shit right over the top of it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know if insecure. I'm just kidding. But anyway, my biggest insecurity. I guess it's I can say since I've been doing live streams and stuff like that, it's trying to do the best I can do and wanting to do. I guess that's an insecurity. What do you think? I just want
Yeah.
to do what's right and what's best and come up here on time, and have good stuff to give out, and that stuff drives me insane because I try to micro dot the shit and I ain't even
Yeah.
tripping yet.
So it's just being a bit of a perfectionist, then you think? Just
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah.
yeah. Well, as far as insecurities go, it's not a bad one, because there's too many people, myself included, just tend to half-ass a lot of things. So, um, but then again, not all of us have any sort of natural talent, so we are just winging it. So, okay. So, question 7 then. And again, it's a silly one, but I ask everybody this one: are aliens real? And if so, have they visited us? And I don't mean aliens come across the border.
No, 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 no. I ain't going border crossing here on Gander Baptist. I'm going to tell you like this. My opinion only. Again, once again, folks. Hey, Mick, how you doing? Is it my personal opinion? I haven't had one land in my yard and come in and want to put, have a sandwich or nothing, So until I see, I mean, you can, everything's made up, You get, especially with technology today and all this AI stuff. I mean, no, aliens aren't real, folks. Let's just say it. If they were real, they would have definite proof. People claim they've had dream or been up on spaceships and they've taken their blood and checked their cooch and all this other stuff. I mean, I just call bullshit on that. I mean, you really are really Disney orientated and really colorful creator in your own head to think that you can pound that through your head and say that they are real. I mean, but there's another argument that say, well, Jesus might be that category because nobody see, touch, feel, smell, shake hands with him, So is he in the alien category? I say no. He's got his own special category. That's what I'm going. But no, hell no. Aliens ain't fucking real.
But so my take on a lot of things, I don't think aliens have been here, but I just think statistically there's millions of galaxies.
Right.
Like the chances of us being the only planet with life on it is minuscule. I don't think they've come here and visited us and probed people in Arkansas. I don't think they've been here. I don't think we have got wee green men somewhere and we're researching them.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, I think just statistically the chances that there's not life out there is remote.
I'm saying that by now, if there was other life forms that can get around like this, and they said, what is that place out in Roswell, New Mexico? I mean, you go, come on, folks. They're playing that up to this day.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
absolutely. See, I don't think they've been there. I like they could be like us. I think in some other far away or galaxy, there's people sitting there going, I wonder if there's other people out there. But just because we can't, I don't think they've been here. I don't think there's little green men in Roswell. I don't think there's Christ ships. I don't think we're communicating with anybody.
I just think it's all something what we really want to believe in our heads. But I mean, we are so specific to the galaxy and to the universe and the way things go. I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, this planet we live on, where you live, where I live, and where everybody's listening and breathing this fine air that we do, this is a fragile planet, okay? Everything has to be in tune all the time, every day, every minute, every second hour. I mean, just like a half a degree off its axis, and we're all spinning around here 3,000 miles an hour. It's over with.
Absolutely. But they say just purely because there's hundreds of millions of planets out there.
Well, I'm just selfish then. I want to believe that we are the only grateful planet in the whole universe that has life and good people and beautiful women. Shit, let's just say it. Beautiful women here. I don't want no long-necked, big-eyed woman from another planet.
Yeah.
That's what they'd be like. You'd have these giant black eyes, and they go nanu, stick out 2 fingers and shit to shake your hand. No.
They could be. They could all look like Swedish supermodels.
Well, would you date one? Would you date an alien?
Darn right. Yeah. I might.
Well, me and you got a party. I wonder what you're drinking there back, and I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, take me to your spaceship, baby.
It depends what they look like. Although there was a guy on one day argued that there was aliens in Belfast, so he was a bit of a weird one,
And the reason why I say the alien stuff is just a hoax, because somebody, when I was a kid, I remember this. It was a flying saucer, right? It's black and white film, and this flying saucer, and it kept me up at night because I was just a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. And I knew enough to know that okay, what I was hearing, they're talking about Martians and shit. Okay. But what it came out to be, and I guess I went to bed scared before I'd seen the end of the shit.
Yeah.
It was some guy had a thing hanging off a clothesline. It was like a plate with some tinfoil on it, and he spun it around. And then when I found out that wasn't true, that's when I just said, "Hey, look, man, anything's possible now." He got me at a young age. So if you're watching this broadcast, kiss my ass from Buddy East Coast to you.
Yeah.
It scared
No,
me.
I think a lot of these sightings turn out. I think they're what people think are UFOs and stuff are actually military vehicles being tested. We just don't know what they are.
Yeah, we got the Area 51 out here,
Yeah.
out west in New Mexico, or
Yeah.
wherever the hell it is, Nevada.
Yeah. When you look at the stealth bomb or
Oh
the,
yeah, we got
the SR
creatures in there
on the
and shit.
Blackbird.
We got one-eyed guys in there laid up on ice, and we're dissecting them and all that. Oh, come on, folks. If that was the case, I think if that was the case, there was real alien. I think that damn Donald Trump would have come out and said, "Yeah, we got a couple of green men up here." I mean, he would have told the truth on us. Slipped anyone.
Yeah. On that one, I agree completely. So.
Good question, though.
Yeah.
Controversial.
It's a daft one, but I've asked it since day one. I always ask it just for a bit of crack. So.
Good question. I'm good with that.
Okay. So question 8 then: what is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. Don't tell them, but eating chocolate and laying in bed naked.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, Babson. Just kidding.
No, look, it depends who you're lying in bed with.
No. It was just me. I mean, I got chocolate all over the sheets. I got to do laundry, do my damn bed sheets, everything. Chocolate is a mess, folks. When you're smearing chocolate all over you, I think I need to spend more time outside when I do this. Now I get a rest. But no, really, let's see. I don't know. I get.
So you got Miss Piggy excited?
What's that?
You got Miss Piggy excited when you were talking about eating chocolate naked in bed. So
I got some attention from Miss Piggy. Ain't nothing wrong with a pig. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. Yummy. She wants some chocolate. You want some chocolate? Go get me the Godiva chocolates up there. I got something for her. But anyway, now, other than just sitting there, pinching my nipples, eating chocolate, I think take all that away and I think I don't know. I want to say drinking Jägermeister, but not on screen because I don't want the kids to see or grandkids to see. Nieces and nephews, you already look crazy. I don't need to give them bullets to shoot me with. But I don't. That's a good question. I'm gonna say yeah. Eating chocolate, laying in bed, watching reruns of Tonight Show and shit. PBS.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Fair play. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be reviewed. Watch this. The critics are out here, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get my ass chewed.
Okay. So this is the first I've asked this one. So, what 3 people alive or dead would you like to spend an evening with, and why? So,
3 people that I like to spend an evening with.
It's the old dinner party thing, but it could be hanging out. It could be 3 bottles for an orgy. It could be 3 guys to party with. Just whatever you think.
All right, Jimi Hendrix. I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just kidding. I got him. Let's see. I'd say one would be Hank Williams Sr. I really want to know if Hank done it the way everybody's singing about. Yeah. I got to know that answer. Let's see. I think Sophia Loren, she was hot back in this day, the 60s. Yep. I think she would have to come along for the ride. And the guy that just passed away here on this side of the water, Toby Keith, he had a lot going for him too. And we do at Toby family, if you're watching, we appreciate everything the man did.
I didn't know him. To be honest, somebody had to remind me who he was, because I mean I know a wee bit of modern country, but not a lot. I like a lot of the old classic country, but I'm far from knowledgeable on it. I just like. Because my mum used to listen to all the old ones like Boxcar Willie and all,
Yeah, there ain't nothing like a Steve Harris Iron Maiden bass thumper, is it?
No. But I mean, I'm a rock guy, but I like good music, so it could be, it literally could be.
My mind's open all the way down. I mean, I started on heavy stuff, back in the day. I mean, I I had Rush, I'd listen to them, Bad Company, Paul Rogers. I love this
Yeah,
guy too.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love his voice. Love his
yeah.
voice. So yeah, I'm open to most sorts. I mean, early Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie and people like that. I love, but same time I'll stick a bit of Slipknot on it. Depending on what mood I'm in, or a bit of Pink Floyd. So
Yeah.
okay, okay, right. So uh, just approaching half time. And question 10: Does God exist, and does He love you?
I can speak on this with certainty and from experience. I don't know, but I do know that there's something better than what's happening here. I do not. I do know that from personal experience,
Okay.
and
Well,
I know this. I know this to be true. So be good to people, folks. I'm just telling you, be good to people.
okay. So
You want?
what makes you so sure that there's something there?
Okay, here you go. I'm glad you asked me that, but here's for all your viewers. When I was in my early 20s, I was in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, at Eglin Air Force Base. I had a bad cold. I knew I was sick as hell, but I went to bed this particular night, and I went to sleep, and I don't think I remembered above my bed looking down at my wife, and I said, "What's going on here?" But I remember the feeling that I had was nothing to compare to it on Earth. Nothing. There was
Right.
nothing that I could compare to this. And if you talk to other people that have been through this, they'll tell you the same thing. There's not a word in the English dictionary. There's not a scenario. There's not a nothing that I could describe this feeling. I mean, even just beautiful or just nothing describes it. It's just too much. It's almost because it wasn't a worldly, an earthly feeling.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, it wasn't we have the feeling when we feel good and pleasured and just what a day. Multiply that by billions,
Right. Okay.
okay? And I was there, and I negotiating. I was up there negotiating. I was saying, my son was just born, and I didn't see nobody, but I didn't. But I heard the voices, and it was like I don't know if it was God. I don't know who this was. But I just know that I was up there, and I said, I can't stay here, and all
Right.
this, but make a long story short, next thing I know, I was back down there. I opened my eyes, and I was so scared that I reached for my wife to wake her up, and before I could touch her, another voice said, I wouldn't do that. She would not understand. So I didn't tell that story for 20 years.
Right.
I didn't even go near it until all these near-death people started speaking out. And I said, "Yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right." I didn't want to see people think that he's just all fucked up down there in Florida,
Ah.
and drunk and fell asleep and had a bad dream, and this is what happened. This was totally real. But I did go to the doctor the next day and ended up spending 7 days in there with the pneumonia. But that's
Right. Okay.
the way it is. That's a true story.
Yeah. No, fair play. I think there's JB said a lot of people talk about that with a near death experience. So um, not something I've had. It's not necessarily. I'm not a big believer in an all in a deity. You know what I mean?
Now do you want my pre thoughts on that
Absolutely.
before I guess crossed over for a little bit and found my way back. Found my way back. What I used to believe is this, and some of it does. I tangle with this. I don't know what happened to me when I had this experience,
Yeah.
but here's what I used to believe. The many many moons ago when all this started taking place, there was pillaging, raping of women, murdering kids, taking this thievery. All it was lawlessness. Let's just say for what it was. If you go back and look
Yes.
at it as law, so I'm thinking, well, everybody said, look, some people got together and said, look, we got to get a hold of this. Nobody's going to listen. But in our lifetimes, we might not get it across to people. But if we just go out there and start preaching, there's somebody higher that's watching over you, that you can go to a different place, but you got to follow these commandments. You got to do exactly, live by this book, and you will suffer nothing. You'll
Yeah.
be in peace all your life. Okay, and they did that just to calm down the craziness and to pull back on it. But it took many years for it to catch on, and it was like a big story meant to keep society under control.
Yes.
That's my feelings on that. And some of me believe that today, and other half of me, not even other half, is like, well, what happened to me? I don't have no questions for it.
I think I've heard that a lot. There's a lot of people that theorize that religion is it's especially a lot of Christianity's drawn from a lot of other faiths and a lot of pagan rituals and things like that. A lot of
Exactly.
holidays are based around the pagan
Right.
calendar. And this is the point where I do stress I never have a go at anybody's faith. I don't just because I don't believe in a God, I'm not going to judge somebody for doing it.
Okay,
Um,
but here's the thing, Barry Captain, is that my thing of it is it would be a damn shame not to believe and then find out he did exist, and then I'm on the backside of this because I didn't get it. But I can't get up there and say, "Oh, I was just misinformed, dear Lord," for I have sinned, Father. And then I don't want to be the guy scratching at the heaven's gate, trying to get
oh,
back in, saying, "I'm sorry, I've forsaken you." I'd rather have the part of me that believes
uh,
than to be totally naked when I leave this earth and no
no,
hope or prayer or nothing. I mean, I can
no,
explain away.
I understand that, but at the same time, if he is what he's supposed to be, he's going to be smart enough to realize that the likes of me stand in front of him. Yes, we if he's there, we'll go. Yes, okay, we were wrong. But he's also not going to believe me if I go. Yes, I always did believe, just so as I could get in. It's the old Homer Simpson thing.
But see, here's the problem too, there, Bab. Yeah, it's when you read some of these chapters in the Bible, like Revelations and all this stuff, he's not a good God. He's not a graceful, loving person. Who the fuck wants to throw fire and brimstone and stone you and rock you and send you to a place where you're boiling in lava and shit like that? If you're there for the people, you're there for the people. If you have all this so-called religious power and you're the king of all kings, then why don't you come down here and you know, pick me off the wrong path and set me forward and let me go. If he can straighten out everything, he's the creator of all of us, and he is what I understand. Come on down, Let's have a
well,
talk. Let's have some bread and some
yeah,
wine and shit. I'll take you back to your day. You know what I'm saying?
there's a British comedian, actor, writer called Stephen Fry, and he was asked on he was in Ireland. He was on a late night talk show. He was asked about God. He says, "Well, if on Judgment Day you stand in front of God and it turns out you were wrong, what would you say to God?" And his take was, how dare you? How dare you give kids bone cancer? How dare you give, and he rhymed all this off. But
I know what I'd say. I'd say, "Fuck, you are right,
I
bro."
know that.
I'd
Um,
be,
right,
hey,
Ali. The last thing I'll say, we'll move on, is the one thing. So, Dr. Jordan Peterson, he says you should live your life as if God exists, and I
exactly.
think and I think that's a really good point. Because I do think there's a lot of goodness that came out of Christianity. Our society's based on those rules, and
But the
a lot of
biblical,
rights and wrongs are just built into you
but the
from
biblical,
that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. The biblical story that I had of trying to calm down the lawlessness and get people. It took a evolution of a lot of talking and stuff, and it finally caught on in certain areas. Romans, this, that, and it spread out. There is a Messiah out here, But
Yeah,
that was all just it could start calming down the coming up generations. Okay, this is what we're
yeah.
teaching you now. But before that, they didn't have no higher power to look for to stop all this stuff.
I agree. So right, so we're at the halfway mark. At this point, I always have a wee drink, and it's
Okay,
nearly always Bushmills. So
okay, you go and have your drink. I'm gonna go get me one. Hold on here. I come unprepared, Captain. Captain. Oh, I'm gonna take one. I'll go and look at the pot.
okay, I'll have a nosy at that. JB, hello Sam. Hello, Dean. This is a bit that freaks me out, being sitting here on my own. Um, see, if I was Joey, I'd be asking for super chats for gummies and stuff, but I can't do that. So, think I'll ever get to the point where I can ask for super chats for whiskey? Okay, I'll check it out, JB. I'll try anything apart from popularity and stuff.
Okay, here's tonight's program is brought to you by some vodka.
Hmm.
Got my little bottles here, so if I
Cheers.
waste them, cheers, folks. Well, I gotta get my chaser ready here, folks. I'm blinded by the light.
So there's Sam. Sam's a musician as well. Sam only does her own stuff. She only does original music on her channel. So, um, guys, anybody in the chat that's a moderator, feel free to put your channel links in the chat if you want. Don't be standing on ceremony. So, in fact, I'm gonna put buddies in again just for. I think I've still got it there. And then we'll move
Yeah,
on.
I'm only like 25 away for 2,000 there, Captain.
Okay, there's buddies again in the chat. So, but Sam and JB and anybody, feel free to put your links in. JB started putting it. He put it a Robert Plant cover today. So
Throw that
very very
KDK link down there. The KDK link. I know I got somebody in here listening to me.
okay. Okay, so we'll go back to
Mouse.
music again.
What's that?
Question 11. Who's the most influential music artist of all time? It could be a band, or it could be a singer, writer, guitarist, whatever.
I'm gonna say the most influential person for me would be Ronnie VanZant from Leonard Skinner.
Okay. Right.
And I got my reasons.
Okay. Well, go on then. Tell us what the reasons are.
Okay, here's the biggest and only real reason. Is somebody like Ronnie VanZant, when he wrote his music and all them songs that he put on all these albums, he never wrote them down.
Right.
He memorized every song that he ever did without writing one word of it down.
I didn't know that.
And then his first job at an auto parts store, he remembered every code number, SKU number, and where the auto parts were in the store on his first day.
Right.
That's just special to me. And I guess I got a little bit of history with that, chasing after that damn band when I was a kid. But
right. Okay.
I just want to know anything about him.
I'm a Skinner fan, but I only know maybe sort of 7-8 songs. But I know there's guys that are there's two guys that chat, JV and Blake, used to be in a band called the Stone Aces, and so they'd have performed Skinner songs and Blackberry Smoke and all sorts of JV's he's a big Skinner fan, so yeah, he's agreeing with you, so what's he saying there? Said if his legs aren't good enough to remember, then he shouldn't be in a song. I've never heard that. See, I sort of don't like peeking behind the curtain. That's the problem. Because I don't want the guys that don't like their music to be dicks. Because if the singer or the guitarist, whatever, are unlikable, then I'm just going, maybe they're not for me, it's stupid. So sometimes I don't want to peek behind the curtain. I want to see them on stage. I want to see them as gods. I want to see them, rocking and writing songs. He wrote some of the best rock songs in ever, so.
But here's on the other people's behalf too. They have been overplayed like hell, especially that Freebird. I mean,
Yeah.
I charge $100 to play that. If I'm playing Freebird, I want to get paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're overplayed because they're good. That's the
They're good.
problem.
They're good. They're good. And then there's no more living survivors to the band. Everybody else has just been
Yeah,
around them, fill-ins and all that. With passing of Gary Rossington not too long ago, he was the
yeah.
last. He was the last original member. They're all gone,
Right.
fellas. That tells
See,
us about our age, don't it?
you
Shit.
know, fuck yeah, but you're right about the songs being overplayed. Because I mean, I'll be honest, I can't hear Paranoid anymore with Sabbath because I'm sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
Because it's the one, and there's so many good Black Sabbath songs, but people just play Paranoid. Every time you're on a classic rock radio, it's
Yeah.
Paranoid, it's Paranoid, it's Paranoid. And if you're out and there's somebody's playing rock music, it's always Sabbath, Paranoid goes on, and Freebird's the same, and
Same. Yep. Yep. Yep.
and yeah, I get that, but they are fantastic, but um,
Let
the
me let me ask your chat and you this question real quick. I'm just gonna leave one on you.
okay,
Where have all the good musicians or bands that remember the day when you can get a side A and a side B of a record that was just every song was just killer. Every song was just oh shit. Like this
yeah,
for over here was like Journey, Boston, few other ones there, but the class of this having the whole album, side A, side B, whatever, to be good. I mean, every song just put it on and go with it.
yeah,
You know,
I agree, but I think that's well, there's two major reasons. Most modern music's shite, okay, and most modern fans don't listen to albums. They listen to songs. They download one song, they stream one song. You
it's
know,
all changed. You're right. You're right.
yeah, and I wish. I mean, I still, uh, I have a good stereo system here at home. Although the CD player's broke on it, I was trying to debate whether to buy a streamer or replace the CD player. But I've good mission speakers and a good amp and all. But I think people miss out. I mean, my favorite album is probably "Wish You Were Here," Pink Floyd.
Absolutely.
But you have to put it on as an album and play it. Led Zeppelin is the same. I wasn't a big fan of Led Zeppelin until they remastered all the albums, and then I bought Zep One. But I wasn't just listening to a song. I just put it on, hit play, and let it play, and I went, "Fuck me!" That just blew my mind. All of a sudden, I fell properly in love with Zeppelin, and I think kids miss that. You
But
know,
yeah, but
um,
they're overplayed too. How many times? I mean, God, Black Dog, this Rain Song, that
oh
Stairway
yeah,
to Heaven. I mean,
oh
they're legends. They're in the Hall of Fame.
yeah,
They did good for the music industry and for a lot of
yeah,
record execs too. By the way,
yeah.
um, very
You
entertaining live. I mean, shit, they had it all, right? Um,
absolutely, but the thing is, but people are still playing Zeppelin because there's nothing to replace it.
but I think that rock and roll bug, once you've been bit by it, I'm sure your musician friends in chat can understand this as well as you. Um, Once you've been bit by it, it's hard to just lay it down once you get a certain age. You still want to do what you've been doing, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And these
Ah,
people are doing fairgrounds now. They're doing the C circuit, D circuit.
yeah,
They're just out there making, lawn money and shit.
yeah. It's a shame. I just wait because I mean I go to as many gigs as I can, but there's not that many bands come to Belfast because we're only a small country. There's not big enough venues, so I don't get to see. So I have to make the most of anybody of any sort of ilk comes here. There's a Belfast punk band called Stiff Little Fingers,
Uh,
and I'm going to see them again in August. I love them. But because they were formed about a mile and a half from where I live, and they wrote about the troubles. They wrote about the bombs and the paramilitaries and all the rest of it, and it's great. But there's no new bands. All the gigs I go to, well, so to say no, there's some, but there's not too many. There's a couple over from your neck of the woods I saw last year in Belfast. Rival Sons, they're
yeah.
California band that
Oh, yeah.
JV put me on it. And there was a band that supported them called Dirty Honey, and they were really good as well. They're a Californian rock band, you know.
Yeah,
So
there's
there
no
are
small
bands coming
fraction of that.
through, you
Yeah.
know. But I just you know, I just I bitch a lot about the fact that there's nobody there. So
But
okay,
they shit on the music industry though. All this Spotify download for $1 shit. I mean, they have. I mean, being a successful musician as far as money and making your way in your life and you're living off of this,
yeah,
it has changed dramatically. You know, look at this Anthony Oliver dude. You
yeah,
know, ain't it a damn shame? I mean, this cat got lucky as piss, dude. He
oh,
sat there and
absolutely,
lucky as piss, just sitting there in his own backyard in the woods, put up a microphone and sang a song.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
But but the
We're
thing is, he hit.
dreamers.
I really like the song that hit, which is probably why it hit. But the rest of the stuff he's done's been rubbish. But I like the one he just it's that zeitgeist moment. He just hit the right note at the
It
right
was that
time.
Jimmy. It's that Jimi Hendrix theory.
Yeah,
Starving for the right thing at the right time.
yeah,
And look at this. That's what happened.
yeah. You know, and he's doing the right thing. He made his way. He might as well milk it for all it's worth.
Well,
You know, because you know yourself, it's fickle. You know, so if he can get his money now and go for it, you know, so
but
um,
he seemed really legit and humble, you know, about his experience.
oh, absolutely.
I mean, he really does seem legit and humble from all this.
Yeah, he's turned big bids down for
Hey,
stuff. He just yeah.
Captain Bapton, somebody's got something they want to say. I don't know what it's about, but they're here.
Captain, good evening. How's it going?
I can't hear.
Okay, hold on.
I said, hey, Captain, how's it going?
It's grand. Who's that?
Great. Can I ask your chat? Buddy needs 3 more subs, and he hits 2,000.
Okay,
And that's like
no
a real
problem.
big thing to me. He just needs 3 more.
That's okay. I'll put it back in the
3 more. That's it. All
yeah.
right. Thank you, Captain.
No problem. That's what we're all here for. So we'll help each other. In the
You stopped the interview for. I'm just kidding. It is kind of for me, but
yeah.
I mean, we could have talked about this in private.
No, you're just right. Look, you heard me saying earlier. Any of my mods in the chat can put
But I thank
any
y'all
link.
I thank the people from here that went over there and did that and made that possible. That was very
Yeah,
nice of you. Thank you very
yeah.
much.
Anybody that wants to do it can do it. There's no problem. So there you go. JV's done it as well. So okay. So what was it? Yeah, but all around, yeah, he hit at the right time. He just and you say Henrik's did the same. Other bands do it, but you need that magic, don't you? I mean, there's plenty of good musicians out there who never clicked and they never made it big. So
But my thing of it is on musicians, there, Captain, is that if you're going to be a songwriter, okay, it's not really that hard, but we confuse ourselves. It's really not. If you've lived it, if you've experienced it or whatever, and you can put yourself and line it all up, then anybody could. Nobody's life has been completely smooth. Every one of us has got a hit record in us. We just don't know how to structure it because we all have had things happen that some people write about them, the authors write about them, and we just think about doing it because I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's probably nowhere. But
no, I get you because it's getting. Not everybody knows how to put it down on paper. Not everybody knows how to get but everybody can do something. But I also think songwriters have a habit of overcomplicating, and I think that's I tend to prefer the early music of most bands, the Beatles, Bob Dylan, even likes of
well,
Oasis,
see,
AC/DC, just
yeah.
simple raw rock and roll.
Well, there
You
we
know,
go again with the Beatles. I want to hold your hand. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesdays. The big walk on the crosswalk there at Abbey Road.
yeah,
I get all that, but there's another little thing there that people were starving for music.
yeah,
If you really look at it, they had a different sound. They had the hair growing out, and then when it came over here, the British invasion over here, if it wasn't for Ed Sullivan, I don't know what it would have happened stateside. But they
yeah,
sold them and they got them in here, and it was just it was
yeah,
I mean, I like the upbeat ones, like the back in the USSR and
yeah,
the real rocking
Yeah.
ones, you know.
But that's my point. But they were simple. They were genius in what they did, but they did. It's when they started to overcomplicate it for the likes of Sergeant Pepper's and stuff. I started to
Yeah.
get bored. Just get on the stage, play your instruments. Write the song, write about party and fucking love, whatever the fuck you want to write
And
about.
oh no. I mean, I think she totally took fucking John right out of the fucking big picture here, you know.
Yeah.
He's laying in a
So
bed in a department store in a
oh,
fucking glass window. Fucking, I'd never get. I mean, golly, day, John, you could have had anybody you wanted.
yeah. Look, that's
I mean,
yeah.
I was saddened when I seen that go on. But they say that she was a studio fucking representative for John. She would tell John when he could play. She just took all the life out of that band. And it was her fault. So, Oko, if you're looking, there you go. That's for you, baby.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's very few people would disagree. Very few
yeah.
people would disagree about that one. She was a lunatic because I mean we've said and watched it a couple of times on Blake's channel. The clip where she's on with so after the bomb, she's on with one of the great Benny King, I think, and so Lennon and him are playing, and she just starts screaming in the background, and you can see Benny King just looks at her and goes, "What are you fucking doing, woman?" So
Yeah. And everybody hands were tied when she was around because nobody could be themselves. They couldn't be creative like they wanted to be. They couldn't and then it just turned to shit after her
yeah,
entry
absolutely.
into the whole
Oh,
shit.
sorry. Sorry, Blake's correct me. It's Chuck Berry. It wasn't Benny King. Chuck Berry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing Johnny B. Good. I knew they just couldn't think who it was. So there's Aubrey. Aubrey was another member of the band that them two were in, another member of the Stone Aces. Although he wasn't very talented, according to Blake, which was a bit
I'm with your
unfair.
boy Net. I'm with the boy Net. Maybe we should all, and everything's so digital. It might be easy to go to rap now. It might be really easy to do that. You can make up all this shit, but there's nothing like the freshness and the taste of a real artist playing the real music.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
there's nothing like that feeling when you get the guys together and you're doing something good, positive, and rolling with it. But to sit here in a thing and synthesizer and play all these little
It's not for me. It's not. For me, give me a guitar or piano or it's just
shit. I'd rather play an empty beer can than listen to rap. I'm just trying to tell you, you know.
I agree. I agree.
For
It's
all the
just
rap
not for
people
me.
out there, no, I'm not trying to snub the rap people. It is a music thing for
It's not.
somebody.
It's not.
It's not
It's
my
not.
thing, folks.
It's musical parasite. It's all it is. They're parasites.
Well, I don't
I-
carry that many guns to listen to it. I can't dance that friggin' well to even know what they're trying to do to it. And I don't smoke that. I don't smoke weed. Period. And I mean, you got to have all these factors. You got to have a big criminal record. You got to be a thug, basically. That's my idea. And it's nothing for my grandkids or anybody like that I would want. I wouldn't go buy nobody a Snoop Dogg album in my family. I'll tell you that right now. That'd be the last thing I'd buy you.
Yeah. I mean, we
Then they
we did
fucked up.
talk.
Then he fucked up the Super Bowl with what's his name? Can't even remember. What was his name? Usher.
Oh, well.
Oh, come.
See, I was trying not to mention the Super Bowl because I knew you're a 49ers fan,
man, go
aren't you?
ahead. They shit all over the Super Bowl. It's okay, cool.
Yeah, because there's at least one Chiefs fan in the chat, so we'll move on. So,
I'd rather listen to a tabernacle choir for 40 minutes than that shit. But anyway, go ahead. I mean, I'm
yeah,
just saying, it's
no,
my idea.
okay. Question 12 then. What one law would you change and why?
I think I changed the masturbating in public law because I think everybody should be able to do that, man. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Well, I know everybody's sitting there scratching their chins going, he's going to say change the marijuana laws across the board. No, I ain't going to do that. Let's see. I think I changed one law. I mean, I think everybody should be able to vote in this country, but there ought to be a time limit. If you're a felon over here, they strip you of your voting rights. I'm not a felon. Go check me out. I'm not. But I speak on this because if people turn their lives around, they can't even go vote, and they say voting is a big thing over here, Yeah. But anyway, I try to, you nip at that law there and try to change something with that. And I'm gonna stay with that one because that's
Yeah.
irritating.
See, funny enough, you mentioned that because I think they're talking about reducing or lowering the voting age, but I think it's dangerous because kids are idiots. So for me, you shouldn't be allowed to vote till you're 25. You've got to, you've been working all the rest of it.
Right. Show
But
me your work history record and then go to the fucking machines.
yeah, because
If you're out there paying your taxes, paying your loot, and doing things right, you're allowed to vote. But if you're out there slinging dope, I mean, messing up society, selling fentanyl, killing people, you know, come
yeah,
on, guys,
yeah,
come on. We're all in this world together, and let's hold hands and make it worth it. And that's all I got
yeah,
to say.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. So, question 13, and proper serious one then. What's been the worst experience of your life?
The worst experience? I'd say 2 years ago or 3 years ago when my mother died.
Right?
That was she was my biggest fan, supporter, whatever. And yeah, that set me back. And I still got a message on my phone from her telling me that her sink was dripping underneath. Could I come by there and fix it? And I listen to that often, but yeah, that was the worst day experience, whatever you want to go around, because it was sudden. Wasn't even right, Captain. It wasn't even
Right. Okay.
shit. But
Look,
yeah, I love you, Ma.
it, it's a double-edged sword, buddy. My dad died coming up about 30 years ago, but we watched him die. We knew he had asbestosis that he got in the shipyard, and he was given between 6 and 9 months and lasted about 5. But we had to watch him going downhill. So it's so yeah, you get the chance to say goodbye, but at the same time you have to watch it. So it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes you know what I mean. You sometimes better just to wake up one day than watching somebody you love suffer. So
Yeah. I mean,
it's
but we're not gonna get out of here alive. Let's just
no,
understand that.
no. That's what's there's somebody in the chat who always says, Father Time's undefeated. You know,
That's right. He's got a perfect record, folks.
yeah. So nobody's beating him.
But
Unfortunately.
but
So
but 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 that running up the hill of life was a blast, though, dude. It was fun. Running up the hill of life was a blast. We didn't have a care in the world,
mm,
you know, up until you were 21, 22, whatever your age was. But then when you get up there and you're in your 50s and you're standing at the top of the hill of life and you're looking down at a stop sign and you're going, fuck, you can't go backwards because you're done with it, right? So you got to keep going forwards. It's how fast we got to roll down this hill, Captain.
don't be telling that. I only hit 50 about 4 weeks ago.
Well, I'm trying to
No.
tell you, you're standing up there. You got your hands on your hips looking down. You're
Yeah.
just trying to figure out how fast do I want to slide down this hill.
Yeah.
But nobody knows. I think that's when you start to have to take in a little bit of control of your lifestyles and stuff. Like, see, I still don't eat right. I'll probably die with my arteries exploding in a Walmart somewhere, and I'd just be pieces of me everywhere.
I'm noticing that one time is speeding up. There's
It does.
halfway
It does.
halfway through February, and it just seems like Christmas was yesterday. And then
Shit, I was putting on my shorts the other day with my running shoes, and somebody goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going out for a little jog." And he goes, "Well, it's 17 degrees outside," and I was going like, "Really? I thought it was summertime." Time does go fast, not that
um,
fast. But
yeah, JV, put your channel link in the chat, please, so as people can hear you doing that. So JV released that today. He did Big Log with Robert Plant on his channel. So. But JV's very modest, but I can't do it because I'm in the middle of this, JV. But somebody put JV's link in the chat so people can check him out and watch his stuff. So he's very, very good. So, okay. So, question 14. What would other people say is your worst quality? So, what would Mouse and Sabrina and all them guys say is your worst quality?
changing my mind real fast on something that I said I'm solid on. I guess I don't know what that is called, but like if
Yeah.
if the situation comes up and I make a decision on something, then well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, indecisive, I guess. You know,
Okay.
they would say I was very indecisive on making major moves. I'm not talking damn, should I wear fucking shoes or flip flops today? Nothing like that. But indecisiveness, yeah, I'd go with that. What's yours, real quick? You got one?
Jesus, I've got loads.
I love flipping these things around on these interviews.
I'm. People say my worst quality, complete lack of patience with people. I'm like complete.
That's not mine. I got patience like a dead box.
No, I don't. And I've very little tact. You
You want
know.
it now, don't you, Cap? You want it right now.
No,
Give me it right now.
I just. I mean, so I've been doing this YouTube thing for about a year and a half, and it's thanks to the likes of JV and people like um that brought me from the chat up on it. But straight away I just rubbed some people up the wrong way because I very much call a spade, and if somebody's annoying me, I'll call them a cunt to their face, and I won't, I'll not. I don't want the drama, but I'm honest.
Is that?
That's
Do you
my
think
thing.
people? Do you think people can be too honest, Captain? I mean, Captain. Do you think people can have a trait of just being too honest to a degree that you're really not honest? You're just an asshole. I've seen people like this.
I think there's the fine balance, and I don't. I'll just talk from my point of view. I don't deliberately try and be rude to people.
Oh, sure you do.
Okay,
Who the hell you kidding?
but if
Who the hell you
somebody
kidding?
if somebody's saying something stupid and I'm there, I'll go, that's stupid. I won't sit and keep my mouth shut and then talk behind their back. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what I said? If I'm there, I'll go, what the fuck are you talking about? That's stupid. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't deliberately jump up on a panel, for example, just to row with someone and just to go, ha, you're a dick. Your nose is too big. Blah blah blah. I wouldn't do it. But
Yeah, and people with misinformed people that think they know it all and got the facts together to come up here on YouTube. A lot of them do this shit. You know that.
yeah,
And to tell shit that they don't even fact check or got. You're up there
yeah,
doing a whole live stream on bullshit, and
yeah. And the other thing is, so if I like somebody, they'll know I like them. If I don't like them, they'll know I don't like them. You know what I mean? So if somebody's
Well,
doing something stupid on a panel that I think stupid and it's detrimental to the panel and it's ruining our fun, I'll go,
right.
stop
Well,
doing that.
I've seen you roll your eyes twice already at me. So am I good? Am I in the club?
Yeah. Oh, you're so
Shit.
far so good. So hello, big dog.
Hey, big
I'm
dog, how
trying to
you
keep
doing?
it out of the chat at the same time. So um, but okay. So question 15. So I know you've traveled a lot from playing, but so where would you most like to travel to, and why?
Well, it's in lower 48 continental United States where I'd really like to travel to, and that's Key West. So if y'all are listening, Key West money, please. Cash App, Guitar Magnet, Key West money.
Okay.
I'll go down there and do some shows right on the beach, folks. I ain't shy. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Right.
show you
Okay.
how to live the salt life quick. But anyway, no,
What about internationally then?
what's that?
What about internationally? Where I know you've
Internationally,
been.
where would I like to go internationally?
Yeah.
This
Somewhere you
place.
haven't been, I suppose.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, Iceland.
Okay.
I've always been, when I get to the eyes in the encyclopedia as a kid, it looked cold, but then again, the next page, it looked beautiful, warm.
Yeah.
And I think Iceland, Reykjavik, and all,
Yeah.
and I think they got some ties to the, what do you call them people, Vikings or something? I think
Yeah.
they were interesting,
Yeah.
and I think you remind me of a Viking. Do you got the Grand Poopah hat with the horns and shit on it? Come on, put it on
No.
there, Captain Bat.
No. I did my DNA test. There's no Viking in me, unfortunately. Thought there was.
Are you a vegan, Baptin? Do you eat meat?
Oh, of course I do.
I kill the woolly beast. Oh yes, oh yes, I eat the vast end of a
Yeah.
northbound bull
Oh
right
God,
now.
no.
So
I'm I'm absolutely a carnivore.
okay, well we can be friends then. I like
Yeah,
to have a drink. We'll go out there and eat us some meat, and
absolutely,
we ain't got to cook it.
absolutely.
We'll just cut it and kill it and chew it. What do you
That's it.
think?
Although I've never been hunting. We don't have a lot of hunting here. We don't have a lot of wildlife here and left in Ireland.
How,
So we can't go out and shoot deers and stuff like that. So
how in the hell did the wildlife get in Ireland?
I would say the harshest wildlife is some of the drunken women on a Friday night.
Yeah, but how did I mean? What did people do over there when they found out they had wildlife? Was it like the Lucky Charms guy? Oh, this shit is magically delicious.
Well, we famously don't have snakes. We famously St. Patrick was supposed to have driven all the snakes off the island, so um, we don't have wolves and shit like that. There. I think the fiercest thing is squirrels and rabbits these days. So
No, I ain't doing no rabbit hunting. There ain't enough shit on a rabbit. No, I'm just trying to tell you, it ain't worth it.
no, I'll have to come over. I'll have to come over there and go hunting and I'm
If I was
quite
going,
happy.
right, if I was going to hunt, I'd want to hunt like the 10 most wanted bastards internationally. Give me a gun and fund me, and I'll find these bastards. I mean, I feel like that's what I was really set up to do is be I don't know, somebody goes and finds assholes and brings them to justice. I ain't a crime fighter. Don't get me wrong. I ain't. Well, yes, I do got capes. Katie K, give me a cape out of the closet.
No, I agree with you. I think we should be hunting criminals. I really do. I think they have to have some use.
Leave
so,
the animals alone. Go get the fucking human animals. That's what I say, folks.
Yep, throw 4 or 5 of them into the Grand Canyon. Give them a half-hour head start. Let people chase after them.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun, Bapton?
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be the new AI video game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. See that right? So there's another musician turned up as well. It's BC. He's from Canada. So he's a good guitarist as well. So grumpy sod, but he's a good guitarist. So okay. So music again then. What would your 3 desert island discs be?
Desert Island disc.
So if the plane's going down and you can only grab 3 albums to do you for the rest of your life, which 3 albums?
The first Bad Company album, that would be one.
Okay.
Blackberry Smoke, Whippoorwill.
Brilliant album.
And something from the old school. And the Elton John album, the one with Benny and the Jets, and I know. Oh, he sunk his head. Did I hit a sour?
No, I'm trying to remember the name of the album. Is all.
Can't remember the name of it, but I know I'd have to have some Elton John in there. And Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was on that album. Come on, guys, help.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, fair play. I got to see Blackberry Smoke. They played Belfast last year, and absolutely fantastic gig.
They were fucking great. Just go ahead and say they were great, man. I'll go with it.
Oh, they were brilliant. I loved them. I took my buddy with me. He didn't know them. He just went out for a night out, and he came away just going. They were brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
They just make you feel good when you hear that music.
Yeah. And I mean, the lead singer, I can't remember his name. I'm terrible.
Charlie Starr.
That's right. Yes, yeah. Great voice. But he's done his lineage and he's traced back to Northern Ireland. So because a lot of you have to remember, a lot of the guys in the south of America came from what we call Ulster, the north. That's why there's so many evangelical Protestants and all down there, and that's why the moonshine and all came from whiskey from here. They took the recipes and all with them, But yeah, so they were fantastic. So no, good. I love Bad Company. I like it. Elton John's good. I wouldn't have him up there, but but that Blackberry Smoke album's fantastic. So.
And
okay. Question 17 then.
How about Jimi Hendrix? I'll take Jimmy just for that.
What skill or talent would you like to have that you don't currently have?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but if I got something I want to know or learn, I'll usually accomplish the mission. A fine craftsman woodworker. I mean, I can work with wood good, but I'd like to have that knowledge of all the lace and the different styles and making things. Put me in the garage and turn me loose. I'll tear shit up for a little while, but I'll eventually get it right, I promise.
See, funny if my uncle did that when he retired from work. He he took some of his retirement money and he bought a lathe and he bought a planer and stuff like that and set up a wee workshop. And he got really, really, he did it for 2 or 3 years, got really, really good at it and went, right, I know what I'm doing now, and get rid of all the equipment, stop doing it. But he was very
I
good.
think that was.
You ever make your own guitars?
No, hell no. I don't. No, no. I don't even want to look at it like that. I don't want to look at it. I leave that to the real craftsman.
Okay.
Now, I thought about doing it. Yeah, for about 20 seconds till I finish this shot of liquor,
Right,
and
okay.
it was gone. You know, I mean, that would drive me insane constructing
Right.
my own and getting the right wood, trying to be different than the rest
Yeah.
of this world, and that's what we all want to strive for. The wood sound, what wood we use, what this we use, what pickups we're gonna put on it, headgear, headstock gear, bridges, whammy. It's a lot of decision though. Floyd Rose, you know, hey, look, you know, just make it, put it on a shelf in a store, I'll come by
Yeah.
and check it
Brian,
out.
yeah, Brian May always made his own, you know, and he
Who
didn't
did?
do too bad with them, you know. So
Yeah.
you know, so I just being the woodworking thing, I thought maybe it would tie in. So, but I honestly, it's not for everybody, you know. So
No, it's not. But it's really not that hard to make it. But you got to drill out for the components, you know, your pods for your volume controls and stuff like that.
yeah. Well, yeah, but the only thing is, does it not mean you can?
I wish they would make a Les Paul lighter there, Captain.
Right.
I mean, that is a heavy friggin' guitar, man. But I ain't bitching about it. But the knockoffs, the Epiphones, you know? Whoa, dude.
See, that's what I have. I have an Epiphone Les Paul, and that is the only sort of grumbled because it, you know, when I watched the reviews, you know, before I was saying what to buy, because I mean, I wasn't going to go out and buy a Gibson because I'm only learning. I'm not going to waste, you know, that sort of money on something that I might end up just getting frustrated with and giving up on, you know. So, but it is heavy. So, I mean, it would be something you'd be able to, you'd be able to make one take exactly what you wanted. That's why a lot of people like to make their own. You know, they can make the weight, they make the sound, they can make everything.
I just ain't that smart. I don't want to test my intelligence to that degree. Because my luck, I'd come up with something that was great and people loved it and want to buy millions of it, and I'd probably forget how I did it, you know?
Well, yeah, there is always that risk, you know.
That's the way my luck is.
Yeah, there's let me see. So some of the musicians are chiming in on that one, you know. So, any new guitarist want an instant headache with a guitar, buy one with a floating bridge. That doesn't mean anything to me, truth be told. But Buddy, you'll probably know what a floating bridge is. There's JV's got a Les Paul Custom Light 1987. He loves it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. But here's the thing. Have y'all noticed all the new guitars that are coming out now that are like $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 that you look at and you say, but I mean, back in the day, there was only one true or two. You know, you had your Fenders and your Les Pauls. I mean, I'm just stating facts here.
Yeah.
That's what you had. Now, if you had a vintage, one or the other, you were in the elite club here. You know.
Yeah.
You know, your parents were pretty fucking special. Was all I know. But most of us didn't get that. I like the SGs too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the I was Gibson these days. That's the one Angus plays.
Yeah, and I mean, 38 Special guy over there played it, did a lot with that, and I played a couple of them, and they suited me. Okay. You know,
what's your go-to guitar? And I know you play your acoustic a lot on your channel, but what's the one you want to pick up?
The American-made Ultra Telecaster.
Okay. Right.
American-made.
Right.
And it was bought in 2021. That's all I want to say about that.
Okay. No, because I know all the guitar guys did shadow drilling because Sometimes we've been on with them and they start talking about guitars. Just like
The telecasters, they'll give you that the what is it I'm looking for? That Bakersfield sound. You know, you can get the bends and everything like that and stuff like that. You know, it's just. Have you ever played a G pull string
not intentionally, I don't think. No,
where your strap pin hooks onto it and you just pull down
no.
and it'll like raise the pitch.
I honestly, buddy, I'm only learning at this point. At this point, I'm trying to learn fucking Three Little Birds.
Well,
That's my level. That's my first song. I'm only
get off this interview tonight and go ahead and start learning Freebird.
Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. Um, there you go. The Blackberry Smoke sound. Aubrey sound. Like say, because these are all musicians, you know. So it's sort of let's see, Vancouver. Yeah, everybody's getting to know each other. That's good. So okay. So question 18. I had to rate this one quickly because I realised I had the same question twice. So it's a bit of a stupid question. So um, what's been the wildest experience of your life?
Skydiving was pretty cool.
Okay.
I mean, I know it sounds so cheesy and shit, but I did do that one time.
Oh fuck! I couldn't do it. I don't think you'd have to push me out of the plane.
Yeah, but I was feeling lonely, kind of depressed. I figured this is my time to do it. If it happens, it's good, and if it doesn't, it's good. You know, I'm just kidding. Either way, I could have. It didn't matter. I'm just kidding. I'm very positive. I have no. I know I got mental illness. We all got mental illness too. So
We all
for
do.
Christ's sake, I'm mentally ill like a motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, I did that. Now, crazy wild thing that I done that I could have gotten killed over.
Yeah.
I snatched somebody's weed one time when I was a kid. I think I was like 14. I snatched his bag of weed, started running, and they started shooting at me there, Captain.
Really?
I was going like, I don't think I signed up for this little shit.
Jesus.
But anyway, that was back in the day when you had to, every inch of land you had to fight for to stay on it.
Okay.
That's the way it was.
Right. Fair play.
So you wouldn't jump out of an airplane there, Captain? Come on, dude. We're going skydive. Me and you, we're going to put it on a live stream. What do you say?
I don't know. Maybe one day. I think one thing I've learned over the last, honestly, 24 months is to never say never.
Yeah, but see, the thing I would worry about that again is that now, going back to mental illness, now the guy that I'm strapped to, is he going to just say, I don't feel like living life no more. So when I jump out today, whoever's on me is going down with the ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be scary. It's like these airplane people, pilots. But, I'm having a bad day. Wife left me. I caught her cheating. She was in bed when I left with another dude. I'm going to crash this into a mountain somewhere.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm gonna go on a slight tangent, but that's why recently the FAA in America announced that they're gonna hire people, and they specifically want people that have had issues. That's not who you want controlling the planes in the air. You want somebody that's mentally stable and mentally.
Hey, look! If they got to hire people to come on and test these people how mentally capable and stable you are, there's an issue here, folks. It must be a bigger problem than what we all think.
Listen, I had a friend years ago, and so the way his brother was a pilot, he wanted to get into the air traffic control. He applied 3 times and got turned down 3 times because he couldn't pass the psychological testing because he was just on the verge of depression, and they just went, "No, we can't trust you."
Right. Well, I think all the passengers should be able to ask a question when they walk on board a plane.
Yeah.
I mean, a few of them would be like, "Hey, have you felt depressed? Felt like killing yourself in the last 30 days?" I think we all have the right to ask that question.
Absolutely.
To get inside the pilot's, what he's feeling. If he says, I've been liquored up here for the last week, and I just quit. I had 12 hours before the flight, and I've been depressed. Well, that gives
Yeah.
me an option. You know, I don't know really how far you want to take this depression shit. Do you want to take me down with it?
Yeah.
You know, where will they find me next? At the scene of the crash or what? You know, I don't
Oh,
know.
fuck. Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. But yeah, but skydiving. I have a friend that took up the parachuting a lot of years back, but again, we don't have an awful lot of airfields and that over here because we're only a wee country, you know. So, but he did it, enjoyed it. He thought it was fantastic in the parachute club, and you know, went up and did a few jumps and that. So
Right.
it wasn't for me.
But these hang
Yeah,
gliders too that jump off the mountains with the wings on their back and they're floating around. Nah, I ain't going down that road either, dude. You know.
they're mental. The ones with the wee suits, the
Yeah. Oh, them squirrel suits where they look like
yeah,
flying gerbils and
fuck
shit.
that,
Yeah.
you know.
Fuck that. He's going
No, no.
he's going Mach speed through fucking little crevices and shit. Nah, dude,
Well,
you just.
there is that famous video. There's one where they called it the go through the eye of the needle,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh yeah.
and people get killed because if you're in the wrong, if it just takes you to get blown off the last minute, and you're getting into that rock, and loads of people have died doing it. It's
And
stupid.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's this rock thing, and there's a
Yeah,
hole in it, and they just
yeah,
blasting through this hole.
yeah,
I don't know, a couple of 100 miles an hour. It looks like.
absolutely.
But if you just get blown off, you know, if you get an updraft, that's
That's
it.
it. And, yeah, and it's not like you can
Scraping
put the
your
brakes
ass off the
on,
side
and
of a mountain.
yeah, it's
I
weird,
ain't
you
no
know. So
thrill seeker. That's thrill seeking shit. I leave that to them so I can watch it on YouTube and go, what a fucking nut. You know, that's
yeah,
why I'm here, you know.
absolutely, absolutely. So okay, question 19 then. So, what is your favorite conspiracy theory? Now, you don't have to believe it. It could be bullshit, but which one do you find the most interesting?
Okay, which one I find the most in? It's a toss up, man. I got two of them right at the top of my tongue. Jimi Hendrix was silenced by the FBI and all the people to go away with it because he was stirring up fucking shit. I don't believe that. And the other one is there was a third shooter on the grassy knoll out there in Dallas. I think that's a fucking bunch of bullshit too. You know.
Yeah, I think the JFK one's a. I
Yeah,
think the
that.
JFK is
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
most
yeah.
popular.
Go pick up the Magruder film, folks. Go watch that study that I only heard one bullet come out of a gun and it blew his head off all just about. You know.
Yeah.
And I was fascinated by this JFK shit. Trust me, folks. I mean,
Oh,
shit.
me,
I felt
me,
like I
me.
was in that car at one point. And I had to get away from it. I was watching it so
Yeah,
much.
I agree. It'll be yeah, it would be right up there for me. I think it's fascinating. I could be convinced into believing there was a second shooter, but I don't know enough about it. I just find it interesting, So,
But he did get
um,
shot, though. My boy Oswald did just take it to the ass inside that underneath the ground, going to jail.
yeah,
And what is Jack Ruby shot him and silenced something. There was a whole lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of major failures that people let happen, and he
yeah,
could have been the wrong guy. I mean, I'm just saying.
yeah. It was possible. I mean, the thing is, so even if it was just Oswald, I I could easily be talked into believing it's an inside job that the CIA or somebody did it, So
Yeah, you're right, but I mean, there's conspiracies that involve people in Louisiana, Hollywood, and all this other shit.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just know he was banging Marilyn Monroe there for a little. Dear Mr. President, happy birthday. You know, it's all good, you know.
Yeah, maybe Jackie O had him hit over that one,
Oh,
So
what? She was a real fucking piece of work. Well, she's a beautiful gal, you know, with the pillbox hats and shit.
yeah,
But I don't know.
yeah. Because although I did see a thing there recently because there was a new documentary come out. I didn't realize how much the Teamsters hated Kennedy because they got him into the office thinking they could control him and then they couldn't. So the Teamsters from Ohio specifically,
Oh,
so they hated him.
we're not going to go down to these groups of people that stir up shit because I mean, you've had you're not You've seen your share of heartache with the bombings over there in Belfast and all the stuff, and thank God all that's cleared up, man. With
Yeah,
the
for now.
IRA, or yeah,
For now.
okay,
We
okay, we're not going to get in deep because he might be a fair
no,
player in this whole situation here.
no. We'll move on. So the final proper question, the 20 question before the plus one is. This is the one the last one I always ask. What's the one thing from your childhood do you regret your children not having or doing?
In their younger years, and I've already stated this a million times, we we're sometimes put in positions, places, people, things, and situations that okay. Make a long story short, much I wish that they had somebody there like me. I was their father, but at the beginning of it, I didn't know how to deal with it. I had my daughter when I was 14,
Okay.
so I was a kid then, and I didn't know what to do with all that. It was crazy, but I mean, it was tough. It was just weird. It was just weird. But anyway, I wish that I would have handled that probably better then, and not have such a lapsed time in between getting it all together again. I think that's the thing that kills me to this day. I wish I could go back and change that
Okay.
time in history and fatherism, but I can't do it. Just got to deal with it. Not that I was an asshole. I was just too young to know better.
But so I get that, but so there's bound to be something that you did when you were younger that your kids now can't do. Is sort of what I mean, and a lot of
Okay.
guys go through them. We
Oh,
nearly.
okay. Here's one. I get you now. Dive
Okay.
off the hotels into the swimming pool, and there were 3 stories high. I did that as a kid,
Okay.
and yeah, that killed. Well,
Okay.
I revealed some personal information there. I'm sure y'all got that. And my Cash App number for that information is
Okay. So the plus one. Okay, and I always finish with this one.
don't do what Daddy does. Don't do
Um,
what Daddy does. 'Cause Daddy ain't always right, but
Oh, well, that's true. But so the plus one is always, what's the single best piece of advice you can share with the world?
the best piece of advice is your character. I don't care what you do it right. Start off as young as you can and teach these kids, your babies, whatever, to do it right. Don't have any doubt, no question. Don't build a record of lies, and character is everything. You tell me, you better be it. And it took me a walk with myself until I found out what that is really worth. And but now I can live that life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But character, man, you got to instill in your children the character, what it means, because you don't know what you're going to do, and when your past will come back to haunt you. Okay, you want to do all these things at a young age, and you got these dreams of being a vet, a lawyer, a doctor, but yet, okay, well, if you're not who you are and live on principle, and no question with character, you're not going to have all that because it's just no way you can have both character and bad judgment all in the same fucking book. I got bad judgments every day, but I'm learning to work myself through them. But character is the big thing. Teach character in your children, and they can straighten out the world. It's not our world, Captain Babton. It's
Yeah.
somebody else's now. I can't change it, but these kids can. Go out there and change it.
Yeah. I'll go for fair play. That's great bit of advice. I like that. I really like that answer. And I'm not a blow smoke up your ass kind of guy. I like that. I bitch about. I've no kids. I'm not a breeder. But I always say that people need to educate their kids how to be right. How to manners and how to interact with people and all the rest of it.
You
So
never know what the next door opens for you that you're going to
yeah,
look back and say, I can't do that. They know too much shit about me.
yeah,
That was me at a young age.
yeah.
And you want to change courses in your life as you're growing up, and then you take a step out and you say, "Damn, I can't go in there because I got done that or I done this." Stay true to you and just listen. Just listen. Because we got old for a reason. We're still here old for a reason.
Yeah.
Because evidently we listened to a certain degree. We might have had some good luck walks and said, "Damn, I can't believe I got through that."
Yeah.
But it's all about that damn character, man, and who you are. Say you are. What it is, say it is, and don't waver on your principles. Be that person, and don't hell, that's what I would say.
Yeah, no, fair play, fair play. Buddy, if you have a couple of questions marked from the chat, are you happy enough to answer a couple of quick questions?
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm
I'm
always
not.
up.
Okay, so well, Miss Piggy wants to know about your hair routine. I think she likes your hair, but like I told you, she's looking a man, So made it.
As far as moisturize, I use a dish soap there, Miss Piggy. Dawn detergent. It's famous over here. I don't know if you got it in Belfast, but it's a beautiful thing, because sometime here with all the pollution stateside here where we live and all the contaminants in the air, my hair gets a little heavy with all these different particles of shit. And the only thing that really works is this stuff. Now, I don't use it every day because it will strip your hair of all the nutrients and moistures that it needs to look healthy. But sometimes you need something. Like if you're an auto mechanic said he uses it too. He gets grease in his hair or something. Now, if it takes the oil spill off a duck's ass, I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They're cleaning the ducks with it. That's been in the fucking Juan Valdez disaster. I guess it's right. Juan Valdez, BFD. And
Yeah.
but as far I just use the Pantene, folks, on normal days. Let's get it straight. Conditioner optional. I mean, it depends. I know the struggle. You can't have both sometimes. Sometimes you can if they tell if you're getting two.
Yeah, I have look,
What do
since I
you What
started.
do you use on your locks of love there, Captain?
Um, just you had to do that for the ladies, just if they're watching, So
Mm-hmm.
I like Head and Shoulders shampoo, and I don't know, some
Is there
sort of pump.
separate shit for your beard though? Do you got to use something separate for?
I put beard oil in once I've showered and I've shampooed and put conditioner in when I get out beard oil.
Boy, you got a nice chin of hair, mate.
Yeah, but it's
Look at
it's a
that.
it's a bit scraggly. I need to
He's
get
got
it
some
tied up.
Charlie Star chops coming out.
I don't know if it's as good as his. So Miss Peggy's got a couple of music questions in. So, what's your opinion on the lack of women guitar players? Are they being purposely kept out?
I don't think they're personally kept out. I think that the industry and there is some great guitarists out there. Look at Nancy Wilson and Lita Ford was one of them that had come off the tip of my tongue. Now these people rocked it back in the day, and
No,
you're right. You don't see that too many female people step out in forefront of a major venue, and I don't know any. There might be some other shit mixed in somewhere that I just haven't seen. And I mean, they asked me to. I haven't noticed any change. But as far as the reason why you feel like maybe they're being locked out, kept out, I think there is a little bit of as far as locked out of what level. My level, yeah, I mean, I probably see it more often than a lot of people around here of women guitar players. But and I don't know if the YouTube. Have y'all seen them little shorts on YouTube? The girls playing fucking Pink Floyd to the T.
Yeah.
And I'm just not sure if this is not no AI, but I don't want to believe it. I want to believe that woman is tearing this shit up.
I think part of it, Miss Peggy, might be what you're listening to, because in the rock world, you've got the likes of Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm and guys like that. And I mean, Lizzie Hale's a fantastic musician, fantastic guitarist, and yeah, and she's gorgeous as well.
Shred. I mean, like I said, I'm not familiar with that. These other bands, I'm probably I don't have musical blinders on. I'm just getting older, and I'm setting what I've been doing, but I'm open to anything.
But I honestly, I think a lot of it's just more young guys sitting, fantasizing about being in a rock band. I think than young girls. I think it's just as simple as that. I think if the girls are good enough,
the boys will accept them.
Yeah, absolutely.
If the girls can keep up, I mean, even if you can't, I'm always the guy that's on the teaching side of things, because I wouldn't be where I am right now, which ain't that great. But I'm just saying that I wouldn't be here if somebody didn't take the time. But people always say it's a code, universal code with musicians to share the knowledge. I call bullshit on that. There's people out there that I know that were my idols locally for me growing up, and I would see you in a fucking venue, and I say, dude, like he's God. And I say, man, how did you do this? And wanting to know the answers. Unlock this mystery for me. And I didn't, I mean, it was there all along, but I just didn't see it or want to believe it. I thought I could do everything on my own. I didn't need no scales, teaching, or nothing. I can play it by ear. Nah, folks, don't ruin your life like that. That'll ruin your musical career. Go out there and learn the basic theory of shit, and you will be on top of everything. A minor pentatonic, I'm a firm believer in, folks.
Okay. So funny enough,
Change your life.
That leads on to the next one. Do you train or mentor others in guitar or the music business?
Do I train and mentor others? Yes, I mean, yeah, I do. When I was in Italy, I taught basic lessons. You know, made up. I had a little thing going on over there on the side, and as far as me opening my knowledge to people coming up and wanting to learn, I don't consider it nowadays that they would have to pay for that. They just got to ask me that.
Yeah.
I mean, people say it's a gift, but I tell you what, it might be a gift, but I still haven't opened that present yet. It's a hard present to open, folks. It's hard to unlock these things because what you're thinking you're doing by yourself is not really what you need to be focusing on.
Yeah.
It's really weird how I came to grips on all this shit. But I wasted 20 years of music. Maybe 15 of music that. But then I turned into the guy that wanted to look at the bands and all these top-notch, these national recording artists, as they say over here on this side of the water. How did they do that? I want to know why he knew to go there. How in the hell did he know to do this? How did he know you could mix this one with that one and come out with a sound like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've always been intrigued by that here in the last, I don't know, man. It's really has been on my mind for the last 5 or 6 years.
At what point did you go deep into musical theory then, as opposed to just picking up and playing?
Now, what was that again, Pat?
At what point did you go into the musical theory? You know, you say why they were doing what they were doing, what made them.
It was I mean, I was already playing gigs, but I was just, playing the 3-chord progressions, 4 chords, whatever, the minimal, and just singing these songs, and they were always just changing them around, and I was changing them around, doing that, and I became complacent. I thought that I was really doing something good,
right?
But I was only musically cheating my ass out because I always said, oh, let me hear it. I can play it. And everybody will say, oh, he's got a good musical ear. Bullshit. Yeah. No, it ain't that. But it's once you put on any record you want to, chances are, if you will go through the A minor pentatonic scale, you would be in the groove of that. Any song you want. I'd say 85-90% of all the songs made today, you can put that scale to it, and you will rest assured that you'll make some sense out of them.
Okay. Cool. Right. I have to ask. There's a bit of an sort of, well, not joke, but running question amongst our wee group: Queen or the Beatles?
Brian May and Queen, Freddie Mercury, Queen, all of them boys over there, Queen folks. No, there's no comparison to Queen and the Beatles. Dum 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 dum. We are the champions. There's no comparison. Come on.
I agree. I've been getting dogs abuse now for maybe 18 months because I picked Queen over the Beatles. So
Abbey Road. We went to Abbey Road.
I love the Beatles. Love the Beatles.
Wait. What do you think about Ringo Starr as a drummer? What do you think his skill level is on drumming? And is he schooled in composition on them?
I'm not a musician. As a fan, I think he helped make them what they were. He's a very, very good underrated drummer. But when they put on them Sgt. Pepper outfits there, Captain, and you seen him on the album cover looking like a cartoon, that was the impression that back then I took that to heart. These are just characters. They ain't even serious, I didn't know the damn Beatles. My dad wouldn't let us listen to the Beatles. Right. He had to die back in 1976 just for me to put the Beatles on in the house. Yeah.
You know, he didn't believe in that rock and roll long hair shit, but look at his
Yeah.
boy now. Daddy, thank you.
Yeah. See, I
Gotcha.
think sometimes the chemistry's just right. I mean, were there better drummers than Ringo? Probably,
Yeah.
but would the four of them click the way them
Yeah,
four did?
and that's one of
Who
the hardest
knows?
things in music to find
Yep.
is that chemistry.
Yep.
Chemistry and amongst it, because everybody's got issues, you know. Let's say it. You get a
Yep.
band together and then your drummer's banging this chick and she's pissed, and this one over here is drunk and he can't get to practice. That's
Yep.
why I narrowed it down to just me. If I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail and blame myself. That's just
Anytime.
it.
Right. Okay. Right. So very nearly there. I'll get you away shortly. So JV wants to know then, what's the best song ever written?
Best song ever written.
And obviously it's subjective. And there's no
Yeah,
definitive
it's very
answer.
subjective. It's very there's a multiple roads I can go down. But if I wanted to take the one that made me feel good, that you know them songs that make you walk into a venue or a club or a bar, and that song's blasting on a jukebox, your chest puffs up, and you're
Yeah.
almost daring anybody to fuck with you. That's
Yeah.
what I feel like. Like you put on a Blackberry Smoke song, and 4 beers later, I could be fucking rolling out the door with somebody because that's the way I do it. Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
don't do it now, but I'm just saying something that makes me feel, oh yeah, okay, I got it. Your back straightens up for the first time in 15 years. You ain't sitting on something. Now you're looking like you're back in the game, ain't ready to die type thing. But there, I don't know, man. It's got to be. I'm gonna say there's 2 of them for me. One of them's a Leonard Skinner song. I ain't gonna say Freebird. I'm gonna say "Give Me 3 Steps" made me feel good and make me
Yeah, it's
feel
a
like
great
that.
song.
And the other one would be I still love the "Can't Get Enough of Your Love" and "Moving On" by Bad Company. All them tunes, man, were just holy shit.
See, if you say Bad Company, for me, it has to be Shooting Star. You know, I
Yes,
just,
yes,
just,
yes, yes.
just,
Johnny
just
was a
love that.
schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles
Yeah.
song. Love me do. After that, it wasn't there. It took him on.
Yeah, can't get enough.
Hey,
See, I mean,
Stone, how you
yeah,
doing?
yeah, but yeah, Bad Company's got Paul Rogers' voice. It's just funny enough. I was listening to it in the car today. So, um,
Who would
so
you think is the best bass player out there? The best bassist. If you could put a band together and have a bass player, who would you choose?
uh, I did choose because I put a wee super group video out, but for the mine, I mean, I'll tell you who JV picked just for. So I'm going to throw JV under the bus because he keeps I'm on written down. He picked on Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. He picked. I can't
Oh man,
remember who I picked.
Flea's a contender in somebody's paperwork.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh, um, Seth, we're very nearly finished. I've one more question. It's just to give Buddy a chance just to tell everybody about himself. So Miss Piggy's just asking. So, as a new subscriber, what can she expect from your channel?
A laugh, a song, no drama. It is what you see. It's what we do over here, over there. And hopefully I can put together and have the sound just like I like it here. I've had a lot of good luck with the sound over there. Quality's coming across good. Um, we'll make you feel like you're at home, like we're trying to do. Well, we are doing that. I ain't gonna say trying. We are doing that. We're making people feel welcome and at home. And just like you, we're trying to give it that bar scene. When I play, sometimes I'm not all playing. You know, I got a breakfast club to do in the morning and stuff like that. But y'all are invited to that too.
Yeah. So, if anybody hasn't subscribed to Buddy, the links there. Check them out. I think you only need one more sub to hit the 2K. So,
Oh,
um,
come on. There's money on this, folks. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
you're at 1.99K. I was just checking. So you've got a few tonight, So
Oh yeah. Thank y'all very much. That's very
so
kind of you. And my
um,
bassist would be John Entwistle or Steve Harris from Iron Maiden. I had to pick a bassist.
yeah, I'm trying.
Or
I'm.
Jacko. Have you ever heard of Jacko Pastorius?
I think I know the name, but
Holy shit, dude! Back up and grab yourself. Stop yourself. right there. Go look him up.
I'm trying to think who it was I picked. Give me a wee second. I'm literally looking. So I had Freddie Mercury up front. Let's see.
Yeah,
Give me
that
two
would be
seconds.
that. I was thinking that or Paul Rogers.
I had Slash on lead guitar. I'm a big Slash fan.
Oh,
But it's all each to their own. Give me a wee second. I John Bonham on drums.
I would say Neil Peart myself. I'm a Rush fan.
Oh, Cliff Burton. That's who I had. Cliff Burton.
Yeah.
All about that from Metallica. From early, but he died young. He was a real virtuoso. He was, he was like Randy Rhoads and that for real music theory guy. And so he wrote a lot of the stuff that.
Yeah. Here's another real piece of advice I can give somebody. That's just be. If you know your shit, don't even worry about what I'm saying. It ain't how fast you play; it's what you play. Fast usually generates itself down the road. Play something that makes sense. That's my best one.
Yeah, I would agree. So I
Don't
think
go out there and try to shred on after only been playing 4 or 5 months and get into that. No, stop yourself.
yeah. Yeah, I said Guy Cliff was very classical. He was that sort of guy. He was, I only mention Randy Rhoads because I'm not a big fan of Ozzy, as a solo artist. But I know Randy because he had that classical music background, so that's why some of his songs were.
He pissed on the Alamo. Did y'all know that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what a character that was, right?
Yeah, character's one way to describe it.
Didn't he lick somebody's piss poolside off the pool deck or something, or snorted some ants or something?
I think he was maybe with the Motley Crue guys when he did that. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that might have been in a documentary somewhere. I don't remember.
Yeah, so
horrible shit. But I mean, that's what a good cocaine will teach you.
Yeah. So no, so I did. So I did my first spin off of this was the 20 music questions with JV. And it's all music questions, and in those 20 questions, he picked his supergroup. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I would sort of like to do that with other music guys. So if at some point you fancy doing it, just let us know.
Okay.
It's all me. So my theory is down the line, we'll put your supergroup up against somebody else's, and we'll just have a panel, and we'll have a bit of crack and a bit of talk about music. If you're up
Cool.
for it,
I'm up for that. Yeah, that sounds fun.
So I haven't quite got it in my head. I know how to do the show, but not how to do the finale and who all I want on it. Because I think you're going to have a completely different list than JV, and you're just going to go, this is my super group, and this is why I think they're the best, and then we'll just put it to the vote or something, just for a bit of a laugh, if you're up for it. So we're coming up to 2 hours. So, buddy, this has been great. Sorry for the misunderstanding earlier. I don't know.
But we talked about it backstage there for a minute. We know what probably maybe happened, and we're good with that, right?
Yeah. So, but I've been looking forward to this, and I've really enjoyed it. So I appreciate you coming up. If you've anything you want to shout out, now's the time. You want to shout out the chat, and then we'll.
I just like to right now. I mean, you've always treated me kind when you came to my channel, and when that happened, I just want to get this out. I was really friggin' livid. 3 hours ago, I was cussing my ass off, Captain. Said, did somebody send this man an email canceling my show without asking me nothing or telling me shit? And I said,
a misunderstanding, but we got there in the end. I think it's the problem because we don't have a direct contact. We're trying to work through an email and a booking thing and all.
You're in Ireland, man. You're in the little Belfast region now. And it's hard, I get it.
Yeah,
things drop on the way up there, Things get lost in the.
But I've really enjoyed it. So thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody that's normally here, everybody that tuned in from Buddies to check us out, and I've really enjoyed it. So
thank you, Captain.
Thank you very, very much, and thanks everybody in the chat. Next week I have Carla on. Carla's been threatening me with violence if I didn't get her interviewed at some point. And there's Carla in the chat. Although she did turn up late, so I'm not sure I'm not gonna do it now. So thank you for Sabrina for helping organise this. So and thank you everybody else. Miss Piggy, who's always here and always asks questions, which is great.
Thanks, Miss Piggy, for the question. That was really
Right. So and yes, Buddy does rock. So thank you everybody, and we're
Thanks,
going to
baby.
say good night to her. So good night, everybody.
Peace out, everybody. Thank you all. All right.
And we are.